we're here.
All right, Brian, take it away.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. I want to welcome you to the official press conference for Guillermo Rigondeaux taking on the champion, RIEL Casimero. In just a few weeks, Showtime Championship Boxing is back at one of our favorite outdoor venues. That venue has created such iconic moments for the sport, and even this year. This will be our fourth visit there. It had already created great matchups and high quality fights. And we will have another one on August 14th when we return to Carson, California in the Dignity Health Sports Park because it is a championship fight that will come your way on August 4th on Showtime Championship Boxing as the WBO champion. RIEL Casimero, a man at 118 who packs a powerful punch, will be taking on a two-division champion in Guillermo Rigondeaux. This will be fireworks between these two fighters because they are two of the best fighters at 118 pounds. The event is being promoted by TGB Promotions. Tickets are now on sale and they can be purchased at AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. It will be the main event of a 3-fight card. You'll also see on August 14th, the unbeaten bantamweight Gary Antonio Russell, unbeaten at 18-0, 12 knockouts, facing a former world champion in Emmanuel Rodriguez for the WBA interim 118-pound title. And also on the card, you're going to see another former world champion, Rashid Warren. He's going to be battling Damian Vasquez in a 10-round fight. So once again, we'll be all action there at the War Grounds on Showtime Championship Boxing, but of course highlighted by the WBO champion, RIEL Casimero. 30-4, 21 knockouts. Work rate and power is what he possesses. And then you have Guillermo Rigondeaux, 20-1, 13 knockouts, two-time Olympic gold medalist. Both of these guys are going to join me. I'm going to ask them some questions. Then we're going to allow you, members of the media, to ask your own questions. All you have to do is hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom, and Greg Domino from Showtime Sports will acknowledge you and we'll bring you on. But first, let's hear from the fighters. And let's start here with Guillermo Rigondeaux. 20-1, 13 knockouts. Martin Bader will do the translation. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo to just give us a word on how training is going and his thoughts on this fight August 14th.
Bueno, Guillermo, contanos un poco de cómo va tu entrenamiento y lo que pensás de lo que se viene el 14 de agosto.
Bueno, ya casi estamos en la preparación final, ya prácticamente ya no queda casi nada que hacer, estamos ya casi listos ya para el 14 de agosto, ya estamos preparados.
We are in the home stretch here of the training session. Everything has gone great, and now we're fully focused on what's coming up on August 14th. Really excited about it.
And now the WBO champion, RIEL Casimero. Again, 30-4, 21 knockouts. Now, this was a fight that you guys originally were supposed to be fighting, and then all of a sudden it was Nonito Donaire, but now it's back to Guillermo Rigondeaux. John, talk to us about how training camp has been going and your thoughts on fighting Rigondeaux on August 14th.
So I'm so ready to this fight August 14th. So let's go.
And how is training camp? How has it been going?
Good. My training is so good, and this is it. It's ready to rumble.
I love it. Man, a few words, but it certainly packs a powerful punch. John, let me start with you because give me your thoughts on facing Rigondeux because, you know, Nonito Donaire pulls out of the fight. He says because of trash talking from your camp and your team and he basically insinuated that you were against drug testing. Your thoughts now you're facing Rigondeux. Tell me your thoughts on how all this transpired and now that you have Rigondeux, your original opponent.
Yeah, that's you know, Donaire fight me. Donaire is easy for me. And now Rigondeux, I know Rigondeux. They have experience, and Rigondeux is a 2-time Olympian. So now, so much great to the fight.
And how different of a fight is this back with Rigondeux as opposed to Donaire?
I think because Rigondeux is he win to Donaire, you know, but
Yeah, it's a lot different style, what he's saying, and he's actually fighting the guy that beat Donaire, so
yeah.
he's much more excited to fight Rigondeux right now, and you know, styles are different.
Yeah, and Donaire scared me. Shit.
Rigondeux no scared.
Donaire, Rigondeux scared me. Rigondeux no run the fight, yeah, because
Yeah.
you know scared me.
You hope Rigondeux
No run, go to the show the world. You are strong.
Sean, you can answer this. What did John? How did he feel when Donaire basically pulled out and said, "Hey, look, I don't like the way the team is trash talking me," and basically insinuated that John wasn't going to agree to drug testing for the fight?
Well, let's clear up something very quickly. John Real Casimero never said anything about drug testing. Rachel Donaire put out a narrative that we weren't signing up for VADA. We received our papers on a Friday. We returned them on a Saturday. This is a clean fighter, always been a clean fighter, been in the WBC program, always available 24/7. So for to insinuate all that, maybe they had ulterior motives. Maybe all of a sudden they had, like, when you buy something, you really don't want it. They had buyer's remorse to fight Casimiro. So Casimiro's always been focused on Rigondeux. That's who we're fighting first. We're very happy that Mr. Rigondeux's got big balls, big cojones, no backing out, but there's a little trash talk. Trash talk is part of the sport. So, you know, Casimiro's just always trains, doesn't matter, Rigondeux, Donaire, Anoe, he trains to fight, to be ready, and whatever's in front of him, he's prepared. So it doesn't bother him.
Fantastic. Martin, if you could ask Guillermo, just his thoughts on, you know, originally he was going to fight John, and then all of a sudden, John was going to fight Donaire, and now it's back to fighting John again. How has he handled all of the changes to this point?
Guillermo, ¿cómo estás manejando la incertidumbre de no saber a quién vas a enfrentar? En un momento vas a enfrentar a Donaire, después a Casimiro, después no sabes y ahora obviamente después a Casimiro nuevamente. ¿Cómo te sentís al respecto? ¿Cómo te has manejado con esa incertidumbre?
Ya, tú sabes como siempre yo he sido, yo siempre he tenido paciencia para todo y todo esperando el que me toque. Nosotros siempre esperamos el que nos toque. Yo nunca digo que no y estamos listos para cualquiera. Siempre.
You know how I am. It's patience before everything. That's what I preach. That's what I do. And then whoever comes my way, I'll be ready for him, regardless of who it is.
And now John Casimiro is coming your way, Guillermo. What are your thoughts on fighting for the title and fighting John Casimiro?
Bueno, ahora se te viene Casimiro. O sea, ¿y cuáles son tus sensaciones, tus pensamientos sobre el pelear por el título en Los Ángeles el 14 de agosto?
Bueno, yo siempre he estado en ese nivel. Yo no es la primera vez que estoy en este nivel para pelear por títulos mundiales. Estamos listos, esperando el 14 que llegue para demostrar lo que siempre he hecho hasta ahora.
I've always been at that world championship level, and I think everybody knows that. Now we're just ready and waiting for August 14 to show what we're capable of and go after that belt.
Guillermo, John Real Casimero is a powerful fighter. He packs a punch. How will you deal with that? Will his power be an issue for you in this fight?
Casimiro es un boxeador poderoso, alguien fuerte que que te puede devastar con un solo golpe. ¿Cómo tenés pensado lidiar con ese poder de tu oponente?
Sí. Lo que yo siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo me mantengo sereno y siempre he hecho hasta ahora. Yo peleo en 3 divisiones, en 18, en 22 y en 30, en 3 divisiones. Así que nada me preocupa a mí nada me preocupa.
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about anything. I've fought in 3 different divisions, 118, 122, and 130. And I've been able to go after any challenge that I have faced. So Casimiro's power is of no concern to me whatsoever.
John, I think you heard that. He says your power is no concern to him whatsoever. You know, when you look at your record, it seems like you've only had issues when you fought boxers. And Rigondeux is the classic boxer. Now, he's got pop as well, but will that boxing style be a problem for you on August 14th?
Rigondeux, if he fight me, no run. I want fight, you know, because if Rigondeux is a run, people watching he's sleeping. Because you know, all fight of Rigondeux, no good, always run. All fans is sleep. He tired of watching. Maybe you, despite August 14th, maybe no run, then you box, always no run.
All right, Martin asked Guillermo that question. He basically says he doesn't want Guillermo Rigondeux running. He wants a fight. Will he, talking about Guillermo Rigondeux, deliver a fight to John RIEL CASIMERO?
Yeah, because all.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Así que Casimiro dice que él quiere verte encarar, no quiere verte correr, quiere una pelea de verdad. ¿Qué tenés que decir al respecto cuando él te dice eso?
Que haga lo que él hace, que haga su trabajo, que yo voy a hacer el mío. Que él haga su trabajo y yo voy a hacer el mío. Simplemente eso. Que él haga su trabajo y yo hago el mío.
It's simple and plain. You do your job, I'll do my thing. You do you, I'll do me, and then we'll see each other in the ring.
Go.
I love John, you know, one of the things that you do, you throw a lot of punch. You are a busy fighter. Do you believe your work rate will overwhelm Rigondeux?
Cógemela, cógeme.
Yeah, I believe because you know, I know Rigondeux now. To my trainer coach Donaire to manage to how to work for the.
Putting a nice strategy together with Donaire, his trainer, or Rigondeux. They've watched enough tape, they've seen enough of them, and they hope the one that fought Donaire doesn't show up on that bicycle. They want to see the one recently come and show the huevos, show the cojones. The champ wants to fight. He wants to excite the people at the Dignity Health Center because he had a very special moment there, Brian. That's where he won the WBO world title, in that building in a dramatic 12th round knockout. So it's a very special venue for him. He won the WBO title there, and he's going to have a heck of a time if Mr. Rigondeux comes to fight.
Guillermo, he says, listen, that venue is special to him. That's where he won the title. He wants a fight. He doesn't want a Rigondeux on a bicycle. He wants to see the Rigondeux who comes to fight. Your response to that?
Bueno, acá Casimiro dice que el Dignity Health es un estadio muy importante para él, muy especial, ya que tiene muy lindos recuerdos ahí de haber ganado peleas dramáticas y ganado campeonatos. Y lo que él quiere es ver al Rigondeux de antes. No quiere ver a un Rigondeux. Él dijo algo como que un Rigondeux en bicicleta, como que no te quiere ver, viste, pedaleando. Entonces, pero ¿qué opinas sobre eso? O sea, sobre la actitud que está teniendo Casimiro.
No, yo no opino nada de eso. Yo voy a hacer mi trabajo, lo que siempre he hecho hasta ahora, que me ha mantenido al 100%. Que él haga lo que él quiera hacer. Yo voy a hacer los medios y nos vemos el 14 de agosto. Yo no sé de hablar muchas cosas de eso, que te voy a hacer, que esto, que lo otro. Todo eso se pronostica. No, que Rigondeux corre, que Rigondeux va a hacer esto. deja que tenga el demonio al frente y ya que haga su trabajo, simple.
I'm not a big trash talker, Brian. It's not about like, oh, what's he gonna do or what I'm gonna do, or you know, whatever people want to say beforehand. You know what? I'll see you on the 14th at the Dignity Health Center. I'll see you on the ring, and then you'll see the real Rigondeux just like you want. But in the meantime, I'm just focusing again on what I'm doing, on my job, and that's the long and the short of it. Anything else is pure talk.
John, you were quoted as saying, I'm going to show the boxing world how to beat Rigondeux and send him into retirement once and for all. Do you believe once you get a victory on August 14th that Rigondeux will retire after this fight?
Yeah, Rigondeux, finish. Finito. Finito is square.
I think that answers it pretty good, Brian.
Absolutely. So Martina, get Guillermo's response to that. He says that after he beats him on August 14th, he's going to retire him as well, and he'll retire from boxing. His response.
Guillermo Casimero dice que una vez que te venza el 14 de agosto, no solo te va a vencer, sino que te va a retirar. ¿Qué le respondes?
Dile que ahí vamos, el 14 nos vemos y que trate de hacer lo que él dice que va a hacer, a ver si puede.
He wants to let Casimiro know it's on. I'll see you on the 14th. Let's see if you're able to do what you say you're going to be able to do. I'll see you on the 14th.
Oh.
And Guillermo, you have a quote here from the boxing scene where it says, quote, I have plans to ruin Casimiro's dream. I know he has a lot of power. He's a man, but I'm a man who has excellent boxing skills and a high IQ. Don't be surprised if I knock him out, end quote. Do you believe you are going to stop RIEL Casimero on August 14th?
Si crees que vas a noquear a Casimiro el 14 de agosto, o sea, después de todo lo que dijiste antes sobre cómo crees en tu poder y tu capacidad para noquear a cualquiera.
Deja que él sienta mi poder. Él habla de su poder, todos hablan de su poder, pero no hablan del mío. Es como si me estuvieran subestimando. Y eso lo vamos a demostrar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a ver quién pega más. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto. Vamos a esperar el 14 de agosto.
So, perdona, Guillermo, no te quise interrumpir. Let him feel my power. You know, everyone is talking about Casimiro's power and not talking about my power nearly enough. It feels like people are underestimating me. So, you know, I can't wait to get into the ring on August 14th and show everybody what I'm capable of. Let's see what happens on August 14th, because that's when the real things are going to be discovered.
John, your response to that, are you underestimating Guillermo Rigondeux and his power?
No, I'm not. What's that? Yeah, I'm not. Because you know, I know Rigondeux. Rigondeux is 2 Olympians. Then, you know, what's that? Title. Yeah, world 2 times. Then 2 Olympians. You know, I wanna do my best to despite Rigondeux, because I know Rigondeux, if they fight me, I know Rigondeux is always around for me.
Yeah. So what he's saying too is he don't underestimate anybody. He prepares very well for every fight. And again, he just wants to hope that Mr. Rigondeux leaves his bicycle at the house and brings his boxing shoes and just goes and fights. I know he doesn't talk a lot, Rigondeux, but Casimiro just like to see him. Let's go, mano a mano.
I know Rigondeux, they preparing for this fight and hard work. That's good.
Guillermo, give me a final word here before we let the media in to ask you guys questions. What can you guarantee people when they turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th? What can you guarantee they will see when you face RIEL Casimero?
¿Qué puedes garantizarle a la gente, a los aficionados que te van a estar viendo en el estadio y por la tele? ¿Qué les puedes garantizar que van a ver cuando enfrentes a RIEL Casimero el 14 de agosto?
Bueno, el 14 de agosto que esperen lo mejor de mí, lo que yo siempre he hecho, Yo siempre he sido un ganador. Por mí, por mi familia. Que esperen lo mejor de mí, que siempre lo he hecho. Yo siempre lo he hecho. Yo brillo en un bombillo. De eso pueden estar seguros.
I can guarantee that they will see the best of me. I perform my best under the bright lights, and they will see the best of me, the fans, my family, my friends, everybody. I promise that they will see the best of me and that I will perform on August 14th.
Don't say promise.
And John, same question for you. For the people who turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on August 14th, and those in Carson, California, the Filipino fans who come out and want to see you fight, what can you guarantee that they are going to get on August 14th?
So guys, please manood kayo sa laban ko this August 14. So I will do my best. Then this is the fight. It's a good fight because you know Rigondeux is 2 times Olympians. He's a good boxer. He lost Donaire, but you know I will do my best. This is a good fight. So please watching the fight August 14. Don't forget. So let's go.
I love it. All right. I know there are a number of media members here who want to ask some questions. So please just hit the raise your hand bar there on the Zoom. Greg Domino, he's of course from our communications department in Showtime Sports. He's going to acknowledge you. Let us know who you're representing and then ask your question. Greg?
Thank you, Brian. The first question comes from Jeremy Hergis at Fansided.
Hello, gentlemen. First question's for Guillermo. Guillermo, you said that you're going to box circles around John. I'm curious about what's your opinion of John's boxing skill.
Bueno, Guillermo, vos dijiste anteriormente, la expresión argentina es que lo vas a bailar a Casimiro. No estoy seguro cuál será la expresión cubana, pero como que lo vas a abrumar, que vas a dominarlo. ¿Cuál es tu opinión de la capacidad boxística de Casimiro?
Bueno, es un buen oponente. Lo que puedo. Para mí, todos mis contrarios son mejores que yo. Esa es la opinión que yo tengo. Todos son mejores que yo. Pero hay que demostrarme el 14 de agosto que son mejor que yo.
Casimiro is a good opponent, Jeremy. And every opponent that I faced thinks that they are better than me. But in the end, it's up to them to show that they are better than me because I'm going to be ready.
Next question's for Casimiro. John, you know, going from Guillermo and then thinking that you're going to be fighting Donaire and then back to Guillermo, was it hard to refocus on Guillermo?
You know, before I focused on Donaire, but he changed the opponent. So now I know Donaire to fight. You know, so for Rigondeux, yeah, I preparing for you know, the coach Nonaire, he teach me how to lose Rigondeux. So
Yeah, basically it doesn't bother him. He just goes back and forth. He don't care who they put in the ring in front of him. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother him at all. The champ is ready. He was preparing for one guy, the next guy, whatever. He just prepares for whoever's across the ring. So no, it didn't affect him at all.
Final question for you, Sean. I know that there was a lot of drama coming into this fight. John's got a letter from Vada saying that he's clean. You know, he's not positive for PEDs under any circumstance. Do you feel that it's his association with Angel Heredia that brings speculation?
Absolutely not. Mrs. Rachel Donaire brought speculation because of her saying that we weren't joining up for Vada. Absolutely wrong. There's nothing to do with about anything else. And anybody that thinks any different, again, we've been in the clean boxing program since 2017. The Vada showed up twice or 3 times in our first week. So the problem is when people put stupid statements out there like that, people take it the wrong way. John RIEL CASIMERO never failed a drug test in his whole boxing career. Always available, always ready. So no, I don't think that's the case at all. And on Memo Heredia, last time I checked, none of his fighters that he's worked with, including all the boxers that he works with me, with the Philippines, we've never had a problem in the 3 or 4 years we've been associated. So the end of the Vada nonsense, speculation, BS, bull crap. We work with clean fighters. Memo Heredia, clean guy. What he did in the past before we knew him, that's the past. I can't speak for that.
Thank you, gentlemen, and best of luck.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next question comes from Keith Idek at Boxing Scene.
My question is for Guillermo. Guillermo, you obviously have history with Nonito Donaire, but you, of course, have no problem fighting Riel Casimero, and you're not concerned about anything about PEDs as it relates to him. So how surprised were you that, Donaire got this opportunity to fight Casimero in a unification fight? You were willing to step aside and then withdrew from the fight. How surprising was that to you, and why do you think he did that?
So how surprised you are that Donaire withdrew from the fight and that he...
And why did he do it?
Ok, bueno, con todas las idas y vueltas que hubieron con que Casimero iba a pelear contra Donaire, después Donaire dijo lo de las drogas, o sea, el antidoping de Casimero, y ahora claramente vos no tenés ese tipo de preocupación con Casimero. ¿Qué opinás de que Donaire medio como que se hizo a un costado inesperadamente de pelear contra Casimero y ahora vos vas a pelear con él?
No sé lo que pasó entre ellos, no sé, en realidad no sé lo que pasó. No sé realmente lo que pasó entre ellos, no puedo explicarte lo que fue lo que sucedió entre ellos. Al que me toque es a mí. Simplemente.
Claro, sí, no, lo que preguntan es lo que pensás de por qué Donaire no peleó contra él, o sea, simplemente no tenía opinión.
No sé sus razones, no sé lo que habrá pasado ahí, no sé.
I'm really not aware of what happened between Donaire and Casimero. It's none of my concern. I'm happy to fight him now. I'm ready for that fight. That's all that matters to me right now.
He obviously has fought Donaire and now is about to fight Casimero. How does he compare the two fighters? Who does he think is a better fighter?
¿Quién crees que es mejor boxeador? O bueno, en general, no solo con su estilo. ¿Casimero o Donaire? Porque has enfrentado a ambos.
No, los dos son buenos boxeadores. Los dos son buenos boxeadores. Son dos buenos campeones. Excelentes boxeadores. No sé. Son filipinos los dos. No sé cómo se lleven ellos en realidad, pero yo me voy por Nonito.
Well, they're both great champions, great boxers, great fighters. They're both from the Philippines. I don't know what their personal relationship must be like, but if you have me choose, I will go with Nonito as the best one of the two.
Can you ask him why? Why he thinks Nonito?
¿Por qué Nonito sobre Casimero?
No, los dos, Nonito para mí tiene más resultados, un poco más resultados que Casimero. No quiero decir que los resultados hablan por sí solos. Nonito tiene más resultados que Casimero en estos momentos.
It comes down to something as simple as the fact that Nonito has more of a track record, more results than Casimero does. It doesn't mean that they're not both great boxers. It just means that Nonito has more in his resume, if you will, than Casimero does.
Thank you, Guillermo. I just have one question for John. John, he just said that he thinks Nonito is a better fighter than you, although he did compliment you as well. I'm just wondering what your perspective is on his answer.
Let's go in the ring. Rigondeux, maybe they change your opinion this August 14th.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Keith. Next question comes from Soichi Hayashi from Yahoo.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to ask John. You have a huge trash talk about Naoya Inoue. Do you have any particular emotion about Inoue?
If we missed this last part of the question, what did he say?
Do you have any particular emotion about Inoue?
Particular emotion?
Yeah, particular emotion.
Ano nararamdaman mo doon kay Inoue, bro?
Inoue, because if I fight Inoue for me, because Inoue is here in my position is only come to me, and that's not hard for me.
Do you think is he easy opponent for you?
Madali lang daw ba siya?
Yeah, madali na. It's easy for me. Donaire, Inoue, Yeah, that's easy work.
Rigondeux.
And also Rigondeux. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. Can I ask Mr. Rigondeux?
Habla así, sí, duro.
Uh, how do you feel about unified champion IBF and the WBA Naoya Inoue, Japanese fighter?
¿Cómo te sentís sobre el campeón japonés Inoue? O sea, ¿cuál es tu perspectiva de él desde...
Un excelente campeón. Ese es un excelente campeón. Muy bueno.
He's an
Naoya Inoue es
excellent
un
champion.
excelente campeón.
An excellent champion, very good fighter. Nothing but respect for him.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Jim Conlon.
Hi, Gil. My first question is for Guillermo. Guillermo, just in relation to your defeat against Lomachenko, do you think you're on a mission to prove people that you still are a force in boxing after that defeat?
Bueno, Guillermo, te preguntan si después de haber perdido de la manera en que perdiste contra Lomachenko, si sentís que todavía sos una potencia en el boxeo, alguien que merece ser reconocido.
Sí, claro que sí, por supuesto. Lomachenko todavía sigue siendo Lomachenko.
Absolutely, I am. Regardless of what happened in the past. I'm still a force to be reckoned with.
And my next question then is for John. John, in terms of your resume, how important is it for you to establish your sort of credentials going forward and have a victory over a two-time Olympian like Guillermo on your resume? Would that sort of propel your name further into the headlights?
Tingin mo ba daw makakatulong yung pagtalo mo kay Rigondeux para mas mapaganda yan?
Yeah, because if Rigondeux he knows for me, and all my fans, so he say you are great, and he lost of Donaire, and Donaire is in the Philippines, so Donaire is a famous, that's why if Rigondeux he lost for me, maybe the two opponent of Japanese and Donaire, he scared me. Maybe no fight me.
Yeah,
No.
so basically he needs to win the fight to absolutely keep moving along to get the next two big fights.
Best of luck to both fighters.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question comes from Miguel Maravilla.
Hey, John. First of all, how do you feel about returning to the Dignity Health Sports Park? Used to be the StubHub Center. That's where you won your first world title back in 2019.
Yeah, that's great because Donaire Casimero he knows in the now in US America, it's good for me, so to put it
Yeah, it's very exciting for him to be back in the place he won the world title. I mean, he's got tremendous memories there. So, and also when he won the world title there, it was after midnight. There was about 2 people there. So this is going to be a little different for him. There's going to be a nice full house. And yeah, I mean, well, what better than where you won your first title? It's like where you met your first girl. So very exciting.
You also that place, you mentioned that he won in dramatic fashion. That place has had many memorable fights. Do you feel Rigo's style is suitable for a venue like that?
Yeah, I know Rigondeux the style like what's the opponent of the last in Manila?
Ramirez?
Ramirez, yeah, Ramirez. Then I know that how to manage the Rigo.
Right, and to answer your question, is his style reminiscent of some of the greats that fought there? Not really, but I think Mr. Rigondeux has realized at this age that he needs to stand a little more, fight a little more, and I think that building brings out greatness. I think it brings out great fights. There's just something about that venue. So I think Mr. Rigondeux is going to bring it. I think he's going to stand and fight, and he wants to show people that he's fighting in a very historic, the war grounds, that when Casimiro brings it, he'll bring it also.
Awesome. My next question's for Rigondeux. Guillermo, ¿por qué se siente confiado que lo puede noquear?
Yo solamente no tengo mucho que decir. Yo confío en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora. Yo no soy de hablar tanto de esas cosas. Yo soy muy confiado en mi preparación, lo que he hecho hasta ahora, consciente, a conciencia.
The question from Miguel was, why do you feel, Guillermo, why do you feel that you'll be able to knock Casimiro out? Why you're so confident about that? And Guillermo said that I believe in my power. That's the bottom line. Like I said before, I'm not a big trash talker, and I'm gonna show everything I'm capable of inside the ring.
¿Qué representa esta victoria? Si sale con una victoria.
No es la última ni la primera vez en el nivel que yo estoy. Ese es mi nivel donde siempre he estado, donde siempre yo he brillado. Siempre. No es la primera posición, yo no tengo ningún apuro.
Go.
The question was, what would a win mean to Guillermo if he were to come out on top on August 14th? And Guillermo said that, you know, it will be a win. It wouldn't be the first or the last time that he's been able to perform under the bright lights, and he expects to perform just like he always has, and under the lights in Los Angeles.
Buena suerte, good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you. Next question comes from Terrell Van.
How you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. This question is for Sean. Sean, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you explain to fans that may not know what happened with the fight that was supposed to take place before COVID pretty much shut down in Noye?
Yeah, basically, you know, Casimiro arrived in the U.S. about a month ago for the fine tuning. Fight was announced with the Noe April of what it was, 2020. Yeah, COVID hit, and basically with all the different things, Top Rank decided a million reasons they couldn't do the fight. They needed a crowd, they needed this, they needed that, and for whatever reason they couldn't get the resources together to do the fight. And that's kind of why the fight didn't take place. And then there's just been a bunch of things still with the issues of the fights having fans and stuff, which fans just came back because you need, if you're going to do the fight in the US, you need the Japanese fans to be here. So that's kind of what happened. But, you know, we're optimistic if Casimiro, when he gets past Rigondeux, you know, hopefully in the future, that's the fight to unify the belts.
So have you heard any discussions about possibly Donaire and the Noye fighting, and who would be your preference of if Casimiro were to win, who would you prefer him fight?
Well, like I said, first of all, we're not looking past Mr. Rigondeux. He's a tremendous fighter, great champion, Olympian. We have all the respect for him, but, you know, definitely believe Casimiro has the real skills to get the deal done. So when he wins, Casimiro's like this, whatever comes together right away, he's ready to fight again. If it's Donaire, it's a Noe, he wants to get another fight in before the end of the year. And he's not, you know, whatever one comes together the easiest, he's happy to take that one.
And I have one question for Rigondeux. Rigo, can you explain the thought process to move back down to 118 pounds after competing much of your career at 122?
Aquí Terrell quiere saber cómo fue tu proceso de pensamiento, cómo fue tu estrategia de pensar, vamos a volver a las 118 libras después de haber pasado gran parte de tu carrera en las 122.
No, porque ustedes saben todo lo que ha pasado. Nadie quería pelear en 122. Yo soy el mejor libra por libra actualmente en las 122 libras. Porque yo tengo la Ring Magazine. Nadie la tiene. Y ustedes saben que nadie quería pelear conmigo en 122. No sé lo que pasaba, que nadie quería pelear.
It's as simple as the fact that nobody wanted to fight me at 122. I'm the best pound for pound fighter at 122, and it happens that nobody wanted to fight me there. I have, you know, I have the recognition by Ring Magazine. I have the recognition by others. People know about that, but it just so happens that nobody wanted to fight me, so I came down to 118.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have time for one more question. We'll go to Cynthia Conti.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. First off, condolences to you, Sean, and your family. And then this question is for John. John, you know, we all know that Manny is back in camp here in LA running for his Spence fight. I saw you running with him. Talk about the advice that Manny has given you, Manny Pacquiao has given you going into this fight and going on furthering your career.
Yeah, Manny said me hard work and and discipline to myself, and yeah, it's Manny Pacquiao is my idol. And, yeah, I tattoo and
He has a nice tattoo of the senator on his arm too. So
He does. John has a tattoo.
yeah, Champ has a nice tattoo of the senator.
Yeah, the jacket. Yeah.
But either way, it's a big idol, it's a big inspiration, and being here to be able to train alongside, kind of run, to watch the senator, to see what he does. It's absolutely. If you're a Filipino fighter and that doesn't inspire you, then you got a problem.
And when he does train with him, I mean, we are all in awe of Manny going for greatness. He's already a legend in himself. What does John find that he's in awe of Manny besides he's a pound for pound great?
Ano daw yung nakikita mo sa lahat ng nakamit ni Senator Tapang niya ng masasabi?
Because Manny Pacquiao is missing power, missing that's all Manny Pacquiao is missing,
Yeah, it's everything he does is amazing. I mean, outside of boxing, everything, the politics, the helping people, good role model. So Casimiro was definitely just impressed with everything the senator does, as we all are.
All right, best of luck to both of you.
Thank you. Viva Filipino.
Thank you, everyone, very much. We couldn't get to all the questions, but we'll toss back to Brian.
Okay, Greg, thank you very much. Guys, thank you. And we'll end with this. Guillermo, there have been a number of questions that have come in, and basically they ask the same thing. Do you think Casimiro has a predictable boxing style that's easy for you to conquer? Is the question that a number of people have sent in.
Bueno, una de las preguntas que la gente más envió más repetidamente, que no pudimos llegar a todas, es que si crees que el estilo de Casimiro es predecible, que es algo fácil de contrarrestar.
No, aquí nada es fácil, aquí todo el mundo es difícil, para mí todos los boxeadores son difíciles y hay estilos que se ajustan uno con el otro y se hace un trabajo mejor.
No, nothing is easy for me, really. Every fight is hard, every fight is a challenge. Again, styles make fights. Some go better with others.
John, the question that we keep getting in here for you, Sean, you can help him answer this. They keep asking is, does John think he can overcome Rigondeux's tactical boxing style, which has given you problems in the past?
Talaga bang masusuklo mo or matatalo mo yung kagalingan ni
I know this surprise to all my fans and Rigondeux. So my performance is August 14th.
Yeah, basically he figures he has the style, he's trained, he's worked on it, he's looked, and I'm not really sure where a lot of people have said that, because in Casimiro's losses to Amnot was just a fouled fight of terrible. Some of the boxers he's fought, he actually did well with Charlie Edwards. A lot of the guys, I don't know where he really got that kind of tag that he had problems with technical guys, but I don't feel that's the case where he's come in his career to where he's at now. Nobody, Zolana Tete was very technical, same type as a Rigondeux. And basically he figured it out, took a couple rounds, walked him down and blasted him. So I don't think that'll be a factor here. Noino's very smart, good game plan. Of course, John Riel's IQ, you go to 9 different countries, you win 5 world titles in 9 countries, travel the world. I don't think Mr. Rigondeux is going to be an issue for him to figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I think this is what makes this fight so amazing. You've got Guillermo Rigondeux, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, and now looking to challenge the WBO champion, John RIEL CASIMERO, on August 14th. And it will come to you live on Showtime Championship Boxing from the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. The broadcast will begin at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That is 7 o'clock Pacific. A 3-fight card. That's the main event. Also on the undercard, you will also see Gary Antonio Russell facing a former world champion, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And also we'll see another former world champion, Rashi Warren, battling Damian Vasquez. August 14th, the WBO championship is on the line. John RIEL Casimero and Guillermo RigondeauX. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing you both on August 14th. And thank you, members of the media, for joining in. And again, we'll see you on Showtime Championship Boxing for this main event from Carson, California. I'm Brian Custer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Showtime.
Showtime.
Showtime. Woo!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, take care.
Hey, Corey, thank